This is Danielle Presley going over my analysis of National Geographic's Lost World of the Mayans. This was a documentary about the ruins and the technology used to find those ruins within Mexico in 2018. Uh, it mentions using light waves to be able to map out ruins and other things that they were not able to see within the jungle and because of the canopy and the life there. But it also goes on into detail discussing what these ruins were and how they shed lights on the continued mysteries of the Mayan culture. I feel that the main issue they were trying to bring attention to is what we're losing historically and to show what still remains hidden out there in the world as we know it, and with the purpose of trying to help reveal the new technology that's coming in, not into just the archaeological world, but into our world as in general, and to help inspire an interest in Mayan culture and in various past cultures with just the specific look at Mayan within this one, in this documentary. I felt that it was in my own evaluation, I felt that it was very well done for the most part. I believe they went with an inverted pyramid style, with just giving a sort of a broad attention grabbing and then getting more and more details, starting with the technology that they're using and how that helped them find this one specific spot and the events that unfolded historically based on the evidence that they found there. And I think it was very interesting and very well done. Some very beautiful shots and just really, really inspiring and just jaw dropping to see and imagine and to be able to experience some of the events that they went through as they're doing these digs or the scene with the climbing. I felt that it did have some weaknesses personally based on my viewing. I felt some of the flashback parts when they were explaining sections and reasoning behind certain aspects of the Mayan culture, especially getting into the cult of the feathered serpent, when it would flash over as they're explaining like what this cult wanted and what they were doing and the initiations. I felt that the scenes there were very jarring and kind of took away from what they were trying to explain. It was very visually done, beautifully done and handled, but I felt that it would just didn't keep with the tone of the documentary. And some of the writing from the segues from different parts of the documentary I felt were poorly handled, poorly written. Um, it, it, I don't know how to put it quite in words. I felt that just saying, oh, but there's this mystery, but maybe they did have an answer, was a very weak way of going into a new topic. And I personally felt that the individual doing the narrating, I forgot the gentleman's name, I felt it was very bland and very flat and didn't. It seemed like he was just reading it off a piece of paper instead of actually being invested and interested in it. So I felt there were a lot of good strengths, and I think most of that came visually and being able to see the interviews with the archaeologists and some of the diggers and the climbers and seeing them work. I think that worked really, really well, and it was well handled, and it was really interesting, and they had some beautiful, beautiful shots. Specifically, I think my favorite was when they were talking about the tower to the side of the city, and it just shows the canopy. I thought that was a gorgeous and well done spot. Um, but but I felt some of the graphics took away overall from the piece. Not that they didn't make sense to be there, but how they were handled and visually displayed was very distracting. And then I felt that the narration could have been handled better to deliver a more involved and interesting documentary overall.